Does Boathouse have the best brunch at Disney Springs?
Let's see.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you are watching the Theme Park Breeze, and welcome to part 2 of our 6-part series. We dine at the 6 quintessential brunch spots here at Disney Springs to see which we think is the best. This is part 2, which focuses all on the Boathouse. The Boathouse was named our #1 restaurant in all of Disney Springs, located in the landing section, the same area right across from Wine Bar George, which was part 1. We also will have videos on
House of Blues, Homecoming, Raglan Road, and Summer House on the Lake.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for this one. I think what's really fun about Boathouse is it doesn't rest its brunch laurels solely on the food. While the food is good, they also have some live music on weekends, right?
Yeah, they have live music, just such a great atmosphere. You also can order off of the entire menu. You're not limited to the brunch menu, which at Wine Bar George, you just could only do brunch menu. So it is nice that you can order some other things as well. I do feel like they have a big advantage considering they were our #1 restaurant and we do frequent this place a lot, but you know, we're still going to give everybody a chance. We haven't done House of Blues ever, so I am excited to check that one out.
Yeah, in my mind, Boathouse is the front runner, but Wine Bar George had a real strong showing. The Boathouse is obviously themed around nautical atmosphere. They have some docks you can sit on outside that have really nice seating. The interior is filled with different boat decor. They actually have fans that are propellers on boats, and this is the area where you can take those amphicar out that can drive on land as well as on water. We're going to show you guys how to get here, the quintessential things to get. I really do love the crab cake menu, but I feel like I just explore a little bit more of that menu because I get that every single time we come.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to steak and eggs because that's what I got at Wine Bar George, so I would like to compare the two. Also, they have a Biscoff Cookie Waffle. I think that's going to be our breakfast dessert.
Yes, we got to get some breakfast dessert. Are you ready, Sam?
I'm ready.
I'm starving. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Join us while we try to see if the Boathouse is not just the best restaurant at Disney Springs, but also as the best brunch. To get to the Boathouse, I recommend parking over at the Orange Garage. Lime is good too, but if you park at the Orange Garage, you're going to head out. You will see 2 bridges as you head straight. You're going to take the bridge that bears to the left. That's going to bring you to the landing section. You will see Maria and Enzo's as well as the Edison. You're going to walk over that bridge, head straight down past Gideon's, past the last restaurant we reviewed, Wine Bar George, and then you will see the Boathouse sitting right on the water. It really is beautiful and scenic. If you are getting here from the boat transportation, you just want to head towards the bridge over the volcano. You'll see paddlefish, which isn't Boathouse. For some reason, it looks like it could be Boathouse, but it's not. You're going to head past paddlefish. It's going to be right past paddlefish on the left-hand side. As we check in, you'll be able to see the raw bar, which they have some delicious oysters in there. You'll also notice the thematic detail and all of the little odds in the ceilings, the propellers that I brought up before. The outdoor seating is beautiful because you get to sit on a dock. The indoor seating is very nice because you get that awesome piano view. We almost sat indoors, but it would have been too loud for you guys, so we decided to sit outdoors. All right, let's break down the menu for you guys. Now, they call this the Captain's Sing-Along Brunch. It is Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. because we get to hear the piano. For brunch mains, we're going to have the shrimp and grits, the steak and eggs, and the Biscoff Cookie Waffle. We also have an avocado toast, a chorizo breakfast tacos. That sounds very good, and a crab cakes benedict. I always get this. It's always very delicious. It is a little pricey though, $36. It's a lot for breakfast. For the Boathouse drinks or boat drinks, they have passion fruit mimosa, red or white sangria, Captain's brew, an espresso martini, Dock of the Bay, oh I love that song, and Boathouse Bloody Mary. For sides, of course we got to have some home fries, beer cheese grits, bacon, and for the little skippers they have a half Belgian waffle, as well as some scrambled eggs. And right behind this, we're going to find the full menu. This isn't a video on their full menu, but we did put a recent video out on their full menu if you guys want to check it out. I'll kind of give a quick scroll for you. You can see the raw bar right up here that I really enjoy. Kind of push this down for you. They are known for their steaks because they are owned by the Gibson Steakhouse Company. I almost forgot to show you guys their raw bar menu. They have the Jumbo Florida Stone Crab Claws, pan-roasted golden fish tile, which sounds very good. And these are all of their different oysters. I love the Lucky Ducks. These are made specifically for here. I think I might grab a great white today, just try something different. All right, so Sam decided to start off with a mimosa because she wanted to challenge this mimosa to Wine Bar George. They also brought us some of their famous yeasty rolls and, of course, some water. Sam, what's on it in this mimosa?
Passion fruit liqueur, some sparkling wine. So the one we had at Wine Bar George did have Dole Whip in it, which was pretty cool, but it was really expensive. I looked back at the receipt and I think it was like $18. And this one is $13. So it's obviously different from the other mimosa. It's not frozen, but it's nice and bubbly. It's a really good passion fruit flavor, not too sweet. Perfect Florida brunch drink. I'm gonna give it a 9.
We're starting off real strong, a whole 9.
Full numbers on this channel.
All right, I'm gonna try out the rolls. They come out hot and fresh. These are the yeast rolls I believe they usually have for dinner, but they put a little glaze on top of them, right, Sam?
I think it's cinnamon.
Honestly, I feel like these are almost a dessert. So it could ruin your appetite a bit, but they're so delicious. Look at how flaky they are. Look at that. I'm gonna try it with and without butter. That's like one of the best bread services in all of Walt Disney World. I'm gonna get a little bit of this butter on top of it.
And it's a honey butter.
See, I think the honey butter might make it a little bit too sweet.
Yeah, in my opinion, doesn't need the butter.
I honestly don't think the rolls need it, but it's great. I'm gonna go 10. I think it's one of the best and most iconic bread services in all of Walt Disney World. The atmosphere definitely kind of captures everything too. Being able to sit on the dock, listen to the music. It's just a beautiful spot. Some of the best views. It's going to be a hard one to beat for this one. We started off with some raw bar food as well. All right, Sam's going to have her hand at the yeast rolls.
I mean, where else are you getting these kind of rolls? And they're free. And I mean, not free because you are paying for the rest of your meal, but they come with your meal. You can get as many as you want. They'll keep bringing them out. Last time they even gave us some to bring home, which was amazing. I don't know if any other spots on the list have a bread service. I don't think they do.
I think included is the proper word.
That's what I mean. They almost remind me of French toast a little bit. They're perfect. They're little fluffy clouds with cinnamon glaze on them. And they're a 10. And Boathouse should probably just win the series now. No,
they should just sell these rolls sometimes outside. Do like a Gideon's thing with the Boathouse rolls. All right, so we started off with some raw bar delights. Sam, of course, the shrimp princess. You need to try their raw bar shrimp, and it looks really good. I'm gonna start off with the oysters. Now, I usually get Lucky Ducks if you've seen our videos previously, which is made specifically for here, but today I decided to get the great white shark oysters. They're bigger than the Lucky Ducks.
They are from Cape Cod Bay, Massachusetts. They are medium size. They have a crisp brine, seaweed notes, and a clean finish.
Right, so we gotta put a little bit of sauce right in here. All right, and then we gotta put a little bit of our cocktail sauce. What's cool about this cocktail sauce is it has live horseradish in it. I'm a big fan of the horseradish. I'm not saying that right, horseradish. That came right out.
You look very happy.
That was good. I still like the Lucky Ducks more. Lucky Ducks I would give a 10 to. But those are like big and they're still very smooth. That was great. I'm gonna go 9 for that. It's like Lucky Ducks is here and this is like right here. Both very good. Now Sam is not an oyster aficionado, but she is a shrimper. So she's gonna be trying these little shrimps out.
They look amazing.
I always think this cocktail sauce is so good.
I love how you can like little customize your little raw bar selection. That was so good.
It's so nice and cold, right?
Their coconut shrimp is amazing too. It's cold, it's fresh, it has amazing cocktail sauce. This is really gonna be such a hard one to beat. I'm gonna go 10.
Yeah, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to beat. But I will be the judge of that because I'm about to have one of these shrimps as well.
Also, the music is so good, and I love how they have a speaker out here. I feel like the piano player's out here with us.
Yeah. No, it is really nice.
I played Rainbow Connection. Like, it's such an enjoyable experience.
Even if you're not in the room with the piano, they play the speaker in each room, so it feels like you're there. Let me try this out. It's hard to say if I've had better shrimp.
You haven't. I'm saying it for you.
We grew up on an island, Sam, and your shrimp days did not come until you moved in Florida. I was a shrimper my entire life. I was born as a shrimper, raised in the darkness of shrimp. I wasn't raised in darkness. It was pretty bright where I was. But this is good.
What does that even, I don't even know what that meant. I don't think anyone knows what that meant.
I was repeating Bane from The Dark Knight.
It can't be better to me. Like, I don't know that I've had a better one. So for me, it was tops.
Best I've had in Florida. I'm gonna go 9. I feel like I've had jumbo shrimp on Long Island. That's kind of maybe a little bit more tender.
This isn't a Long Island brunch series. This is a Disney Springs brunch series.
It's a 10 for Springs. I'm gonna go 9 though, because I think Long Island has slightly better. This is some of the best shrimp you'll have though. So solid 9 for the entire raw bar. Lucky Duck's still the winner, but I may get these great whites again. The main entrees have arrived. And Sam, of course, got those steak and eggs. She wanted to compare them to good old George's. Sam, what's on and in this?
Steak, potatoes, 2 eggs. This is a substantial piece of steak. I feel like a lot of times when you get steak and eggs, it's like eggs and then like a tiny piece of steak, and I feel like this is like a meal, like a steak meal.
Like I said before, they are owned and operated by the Gibson Steakhouse Group, so they are known here for their steak. So even if you don't have a seafood eater, this is a great place to go.
Yes, in our last video that we did, we tried their new steak. They had that, what was it?
Chicago cut.
Oh, yeah, the Chicago sauce. It was a huge porterhouse, and it was amazing. They have great steak. Like, they don't just have good seafood. They have great steaks. I mean, good.
I think it was a ribeye, actually. Yeah, it was a ribeye. It wasn't a porterhouse. It was the WR Chicago cut.
Oh, yes. You're right. You're right. I'm eating a lot of steaks, and we're all blending together. The music has been so amazing. Like, I really just think it's such a nice touch, and it sets their brunch apart from the other brunches.
Playing New York State of Mind, or originally from New York.
So the butter has some lemon and parsley in it. I'm gonna say it is good. I actually do think the Weinberg George steak was a little bit better, because I do think this one came a little more overcooked than I would like. It's still a delicious steak though.
You haven't even broke the yolk yet.
Look at that good. We gotta...
You make a little hash out of that. The rich man's hash.
I am not a rich man.
The middle class woman's hash.
A hard-working woman's hash. Those potatoes are excellent. The egg is cooked perfect. It is really good. I'm surprised to say that I do like the Weinberg George steak a little better. I would have thought that they would have had the better steak. I'm gonna go 8.
That's still a high number.
Still a good number. Still a good number.
All right, my hand at the steak. Man, this really is a vibe right now. It's the best. I don't want to say it's the best because we're driving so many other brunches.
The music, the water, although I think there is music at the House of Blues brunch.
This food's been great though.
House of Blues did really surprise us last time we went there with the food. The butter is very good that's on top.
So I'm on the opposite end of you. I think that this is better than Weinberg George.
I thought the Weinberg George one was a little more tender and had a little more seasoning, where this one has a very good butter and it's a very big portion of steak.
They definitely also, Sam, did not cook this medium rare. They cooked it medium. So it's a little overcooked.
Yeah, that's gotta count against it for me, you know.
Whereas Weinberg George's was cooked perfectly.
And I will insert footage so you can kind of see them side by side.
The steak is very tender, but it is leaner. The Weinberg George cut had more fat in it. It just all kind of leans straight the way through, but it is like tender. It's still very good. I'm gonna agree with your 8. I put him almost on the same level as George, but I do think that because George cooked the steak better, his has to rank higher. So yeah, I'm gonna go 8 as well. Still very, very good. I couldn't help myself. I had to get the crab cake benedict. I do want to say it's a New York strip that Sam got, so there is a little bit of fat in there.
It didn't feel like a New York strip.
Yeah, it was a very kind of lean cut, I feel like. I got the crab cake benedict. Sam, what's on it in this?
Twin crab cakes, prosciutto ham, poached eggs, Old Bay hollandaise sauce, grilled asparagus.
Falling in love with you, Sam. She's behind the camera. I love all you that's watching as well.
You also love crab cake benedict.
I've given this a 10 before. Let's see how the poached eggs break. They also have prosciutto on this. It's hard not to give this a 10. It's a near perfect, I feel like, crab cake benedict. Look at that. I hope you guys can see the goo on your end.
I think they can see it.
For those that know, I am a goo man. I'm a fan of goos and wet food. This is a wet, gooey food.
This song playing while you're eating that is so funny to me.
I just want to try the crab cake. I will say, if you get a bunch of prosciutto, it can be a bit salty. That's never happened before, right? Like a whole mouthful of prosciutto in that bite.
I never thought having a whole mouth of prosciutto would be a problem, but...
Because when it's mixed with everything, it's like the salt content goes up. I've always had it mixed very well. It's still really good. I just had the asparagus, it's very good too. On a perfect day, it's a 10. I had a little extra prosciutto in one corner. So I gotta knock it down a peg because there was an issue. But it's still a 10 of a dish. So I feel bad, but I'm gonna go 9 today.
It's a 10 of a dish, but it's a 9.
It's not a 10 today because there was one slight thing off. Let me know in the comments, am I being snobbish? I don't want to be snobbish. I want to learn and better myself each day. So you can let me know if I'm being snobbish, but I still think it's a 9. I still think it is probably the best crab cake benedict I've ever had. It's just I've had better iterations of it. Sam unfortunately won't be having this. Why, Sam?
I don't eat crab.
She's not a crabber. I eat the crabs. But maybe one day Sam will eat crabs. She loves shrimp now. But this is very good. And we also, of course, Sam, we need to get breakfast dessert. breakfast dessert has arrived. And of course, we had to get those Biscoff Cookie Waffles. Sam, what are on and in these?
So they're waffles that come with a cookie butter syrup, crushed pieces of Biscoff cookies. It comes with a mixed berry compote and with some whipped cream. I do remember Summer House on the Lake having a very good waffle. Just gonna get a little cream. They're good, but like there's not a lot going on here. I wish that the cookie butter pieces were like inside the waffle and maybe there was like a cookie butter like spread on top, because it's really not a very strong cookie butter flavor with this, and it's not sweet either. Like you would think cookie butter would be insanely sweet. It's not. The waffles themselves are good, but you just don't get a strong cookie butter flavor. They also don't give you a lot of syrup. Like there's not a lot of syrup on here. They're tasty, but for a cookie butter waffle, like you would think they would be more indulgent. I'm gonna go 7. I think they're good, but I don't think they're a must get.
I remember breakfast dessert being the weakest thing here last time, and that could be their undoing.
What?
For this.
But they have amazing regular desserts, the strawberry shortcake, the berry cheesecake. So there are other options for breakfast dessert.
But Sam, that would be considered dessert. You know what I mean? That's not breakfast. This is breakfast dessert.
Well, when we went to Wine Bar George, we had the olive oil cake. That was just that's a regular dessert item.
I had a
tiramisu French toast, which is gone.
Yeah, tiramisu French toast. I'm gonna try it with and without the compote. It does look like there is some type of sauce.
Yeah, it's a cookie butter syrup.
Yeah, it's very light, but it gets nice into those syrup traps.
Like if I ate this blindfolded, I wouldn't know that it was a cookie butter waffle. Like it's not a strong cookie butter flavor. There's not a lot of cookie butter pieces. It's just kind of, it tastes more just like a plain waffle. The waffle itself is good.
Very light, good texture. Let me put some compote in the traps. So we're gonna just put a little compote, well, a little too much compote, in each little syrup trap.
That's a lot. I don't know if that was the intended use of the compote. I just do what you want with the compote.
I'm a compote libertarian. Whatever you want to do with compote, you can do with it. Not at the table, though. All right. It's good, but it's the most basic thing we have. Like, usually I would be like, oh, like when they do those specialty waffles, I'm like, you don't need syrup with this. You probably need the compote and you need some syrup. And I'm not getting like strong cookie butter flavor. Everything else was so amazing.
I wish it had actual like cookie butter spread like on top of it. I think it's an easy thing to do that would take it up a notch.
I agree. It'd also take my blood sugar up a notch. I'm gonna go 7. I think it's the most basic thing we had. Good, but the most basic thing we had. I think the weakness here is breakfast dessert. I also don't think they have a crazy like coffee kind of option, which you would expect off of a brunch. Their strengths, the steak, the seafood, the mimosa.
Cocktails, also they have a nice mocktail menu.
Yeah. So there are a lot of strengths here, but perhaps it's not as strong as we once foresaw. While it may be the best sit-down table service restaurant for dinner at Disney Springs, maybe, just maybe, it won't be the #1 brunch.
I feel like we're on a roller coaster here, up and down.
Where are we going next? Like any good attraction, we need to exit through the gift shop. All right, Sam, is Boathouse the best brunch in all of Disney Springs?
I don't know.
we have a few more places to go to. We have 4 more restaurants to be able to check out, and these are only going to be table service brunches. I will say I think the strengths that Boathouse brings here is the live music, the atmosphere, and the very high quality fish and steaks. However, I do think there are some weaknesses. Breakfast dessert in particular, you're not going to be getting, I mean, the Belgian waffles are good, but they're not going to be kind of blow you out of the water, tasty, delicious. And I feel like, you know, waffles, pancakes, that is something that people are known for brunch. Also, limited coffee options, right?
Yeah, but not everybody goes for breakfast dessert. So maybe to you, you'll say, no, this is the clear winner.
Yeah. Again, this is going to be different for every single person who goes to each restaurant, which is why we try to do these series to show you guys what you might enjoy. That being said, I think it's a very strong contender, but I also think Wine Bar George is pretty strong. They had a strong breakfast dessert. I also wanted to bring up their brunch charcuterie board over at Wine Bar George.
Yes, that was definitely a standout.
Yeah, it was unique. So, like, I think a lot of things at Boathouse are just kind of fun and meet the aesthetic of Boathouse, but Wine Bar George had a very unique offering that I think still keeps it in the running for possible best. We still have so many more places to eat, Sam, right? It's a long series.
4 more brunches.
It's a lot of brunch. For me, best thing I ate, I think was definitely my crab cake benedict. What about you?
I really loved the shrimp and the bread service, but the steak and eggs was great too.
You know what, I'm gonna take that back. I think honestly the oysters and the bread service are my two favorites.
I just think there's more variety at Boathouse. Seafood, steaks, waffles, great cocktails. You can order off the whole menu or stick to the brunch menu.
What's interesting is I feel like the bread service is a better breakfast dessert than the waffles. Right?
Maybe that's why they don't care about breakfast dessert, because they're like, we already gave you breakfast dessert before you ate.
I want to ask for bread at the end. I think it's what I'm going to do in the future.
That's actually smart.
Yeah. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm, helps people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps the channel grow. Hit the bell notifications, that way you are notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday at 12 p.m. and hit that bell so you're notified when that second video drops later in the week.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
Make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. For those looking to ride the balloon, you should know they will not run the balloon if the wind is too high. And it is windy today. If you couldn't tell, my hair was looking ridiculous. It's because the wind is pretty big.
Added volume. It looked great.
It was in a hair commercial. In a hair commercial for the entirety of this brunch series. Now, hopefully the wind dies down because a little too windy. But it was nice to dine outside, and I feel like the boathouse itself, the way that they kind of set the back area up, kind of cut the wind out slightly.
Yeah, and we just got really lucky with it being just a beautiful day out, like not too hot, and that like definitely added to it. Like sitting outside, but still being able to hear that live music, see the water, the ducks, the birds flying by, the balloon in the distance. Like it's just, that is, hard to beat.
The vibes be vibin'. I shouldn't say that. I'm too old to say that now, as I'm learning.
I don't even think anyone says that, though. I don't think that's even a thing ever.
Jayism. And the people you see scrolling up on the screen right now, those are our members. I want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity for helping us fund this channel. If you have any interest in a membership, we have tiers as low as $1.99 a month with differing perks like early access to videos and end credits credentials like you're seeing right now. If you have any interest in a membership, you can check out the join button below and learn about all our different tiers and perks. But even if you can't become a member, if you're someone who just consistently likes, comments, subscribes, engages with these videos in any way, we greatly appreciate it because your engagement, it helps us make more of them, and we feel very privileged and very lucky to be able to make them. And as always,
keep it going for Frank.